ready. We're prepared. Do not give in to fear. We are fearless. This is not the time to be afraid. This is a time to stand up and fight back and to resist any temptation for them to divide us. We're in this together. The rule of law is on our side. We will not give in, not give up. We will not capitulate. We will not bow. We will not bend. We will survive.
"11 years and counting." We are here and on mission. A little bit of news. Judge Diane Goldstein, a South Carolina judge, she was out walking her dog this morning on the beach, and somebody blew up her house. As a fire engulfed her home, she serves as on the state circuit court. She's Judge Diane Goldstein, and led to three people being hospitalized. I think her husband had to jump out of a window, a bunch of broken bones. People did leave with their life, thank God. The cause of the fire is not immediately known. But what is known is that this fire, this explosion, whatever happened to her house, came weeks after Goldstein issued a ruling against the Trump regime. Authorities have not yet determined the cause of the blaze, and there's currently no evidence to suggest that it was an act of arson. The incident quickly sparked online conversation about the hostility that was fomented against this judge. The judge's husband, former Democratic State Senator Arnold Goldstein, was among those injured when he reportedly jumped from the house and had to be rescued from the marshy area behind the property. A neighbor told the Post and Courier that the judge told him she was walking her dogs on the beach, multiple dogs, when the home caught fire. Captain Casey Campbell with the Colleton County Fire Rescue told the outlet that 3 people had been hospitalized. Goldstein issued a ruling temporarily blocking South Carolina from handing over millions of voters' personal data to the Trump regime. She ruled last month to block South Carolina from handing over millions of your personal data to the Trump. Why do they want your personal data? The state's Republican Governor Henry McMaster and DOJ official Harmeet Dillon criticized the ruling. Democrat Representative Daniel Goldman of New York said on Twitter that the Republicans, including Donald Trump and White House Deputy Chief of Staff Stephen Miller, have been doxing and threatening judges who rule against Trump, including Judge Goldstein. Miller responded by calling Goldman, quote, deeply warped and vile. No, you're projecting. And accused him of spreading libelous madness while countering that the Trump regime has launched a, quote, government-wide effort to combat and prosecute illegal doxing while you do it at the same time, allegedly. In recent weeks, Trump's allies have ramped up their criticism of judges they accuse of being politically biased. Stephen Miller wrote on Twitter that far-left Democrat judges, this is what Miller wrote on Saturday, far-left Democrat judges were shielding a, quote, large and growing movement of left-wing terrorism in this country. I was walking today thinking about how dangerous this climate is when the highest office in the land, from the office of the presidency, there is kind of an edict or an allowance for people to label people as terrorists because they disagree with you, because they think what you're doing is fascism, because the things that you are doing is fascism. You now have weaponized your office to go out and label people. So anti-fascist groups like Antifa are now labeled terrorist organizations. This is textbook. We talked about McCarthyism a few weeks ago. We talked about how, again, the federal government allowed for American citizens to be labeled terrorists because they disagreed with the policies of this government. This is part of what America was supposedly founded on. Being able to throw a Boston Tea Party, being able to hold power accountable, to be able to protest. And I said it in November, and I'll say it today. You know, I wanted to elect somebody that I could protest. I'm not electing somebody that I can agree with. These are politicians. They have to be forced into doing things. Donald Trump is not a politician. He's not. He's an oligarch at this point, and definitely a fascist at this point. He's never been a politician. But people elected him because he wasn't a politician. But the thing about a politician is they can be swayed. They could be protested. They could be moved to do the things that you want them to do because, after all, they work for us, we the people. This man does not work for we the people. He works for he works for himself, actually. Or maybe Russia. I don't know. But he definitely doesn't work for the people, the vast majority of people who live in this country. And those of you who thought that you voted for him because he's just like you, or you know, he's in alignment with your values. What are your values exactly? What are you? You okay with a judge's home being, and I don't know, again, we don't know the details, but we do know enough to know that even the chief architect of this regime going on Twitter and name checking her probably, have, led people to have negative views about her. And the problem is, when people have negative views and they support this regime, they storm the Capitol. When they have negative views, they go and run over protesters, Heather Heyer. When they have negative views, they go into church and shoot people, Charleston, South Carolina. When they have negative views, they go to Buffalo and kill people in the supermarket. This has a manifestation, that has been documented just last week. As they zoomed into the to the guy wearing a Trump T-shirt who went and shot up, was it a synagogue? It's just every day there's something here.
We're ready. We're prepared. Do not give in to fear. We are fearless. This is not the time to be afraid. This is a time to stand up and fight back and to resist any temptation for them to divide us. We're in this together. The rule of law is on our side. We will not give in, not give up. We will not capitulate. We will not bow. We will not bend.